When we say classic old school downtown, what comes to mind? Not the Fremont Canopy, not Circa, not the zip line, but this, a vintage casino property that opened its doors in 1941. El Cortez has just revealed a $20 million expansion that we absolutely love.
This place has a storied past. We're talking more than 83 years in business, and they have gone full out to honor that past in the best way.
So get ready, because this adventure starts right now.
Good morning, my friends, from Fremont Street in fabulous downtown Las Vegas. I'm already getting a vintage vibe from the neon signs, and I'm loving it. We are heading west through the Fremont East District towards its flagship attraction, the longest operating casino in Las Vegas. Think about it. El Cortez opened in November 1941, 1 month before Pearl Harbor. Here, at the corner of 6th and Fremont, we've got the Canopy off to the west. And over there, the only still standing casino in Las Vegas to be listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The Spanish Revival architecture it's so famous for has remained largely unchanged. And so have that arrow marquee and roof sign proudly pointing visitors and locals to El Cortez since they were installed in 1952. Seeing that neon lit up at night, you know you're in classic Vegas. Here on the outside of the building, the timeline has already been updated to reflect this year's new additions. Now, did you know for the past 10 years, this colorful crosswalk between 6th and 7th has been a fun stop for Beatle fans, a recreation of the famous Abbey Road crosswalk. Embedded in the sidewalk here are plaques for all 4 Beatles and Ringo's handprints. All right, let's get to the good stuff. All the expansions and updates happened on the east side of the El Cortez, stretching to the corner of 7th Street, and that includes 2 new bars. Just about 4 months ago, in November, we saw the Yesco sign people putting up a new neon sign for one of them. It's called the Roulette Bar. Looking at it now, it blends in so well with the rest of the exterior, you'd think it's been here forever. When asked what inspired the expansion, CEO Ken Epstein said that they wanted to offer something to those young people who like to go bar hopping on Fremont. Now, I gotta say, the signage is definitely attracting notice, and so are those huge promos. At the far end of the block is the ShowBar, and although it doesn't have a direct access to Fremont, we hear it's, to coin a phrase, a showstopper. Oh my gosh, we have got to get out of this wind. Through the shiny new doors to the big reveal, ahead of us what we presume to be the Roulette Bar. The $20 million expansion just officially opened on February 20th. In total, 10,000 square feet added to the casino floor. But by the way it's been done, it effortlessly flows from the new and shiny to what was here before, the classic El Cortez. The Roulette Bar marks the beginning of the new space, and it only takes a moment to notice that its design was actually inspired by a roulette wheel. This is very cool, and the bar is perfectly placed to pick up on the foot traffic going by. In the expansion area, we find about 200 shiny new slots, a raised ceiling, and a freshly updated air circulation system. In case you were wondering, The building's footprint didn't change. This space was repurposed from an old unused restaurant and kitchen and their fiesta room. Situated between the slot areas is a new space for table games. Now, one big driver for the update. El Cortez has been at capacity on the weekends, and they simply needed more of everything to accommodate the guests. Now here's a fun fact. Since purchasing El Cortez from Jackie Gaughan back in 2008, owner Ken Epstein has spent $50 million on various upgrades. In December, Mr. Epstein received the prestigious Legacy Award from Downtown Vegas Alliance. For folks with big wallets, they put in a new high-limit slot lounge snugged into a far corner. Now that, my friends, is a nice touch. Images of Las Vegas casino icons on the frosted glass. Now, here's a couple other things that we like. First of all, new windows to let in natural light. The carpet pattern. Modern lighting fixtures, paired with glitzy crystal chandeliers. And how about this ladies' room with its marble-wrapped walls? Fresh modern fixtures. And Audrey Hepburn as the statement art piece. Classy. Finally, at the far east end, this is the ShowBar. That 20-foot video screen features lots of sports, but note, those lights in fact frame a stage wired for live entertainment. The bar is inset with 15 multi-game machines. The bartenders mix up handcrafted cocktails. And this little lounge is a quiet oasis from all the gaming. Not having a lot of on-site dining options, this is a welcome addition. Hot Nudes, a family-owned restaurant that promises to bring authentic Asian flavors to downtown. Hot Nudes aims to become your favorite Asian noodle bar with delectable dishes and signature sake bombs. That interior is gorgeous. What do you think? Nothing vintage about this one. It's fresh and modern. Okay, we are really excited about this, the History Hallway. Even before we step in, we're treated to old black and whites of El Cortez in its early days, the mob influence, and that architecture that is unchanged even today. This exhibit was done in partnership with the Mob Museum and walks us through the early evolution of this one-of-a-kind city. There are placards at the beginning and end of the hallway with a little plug for the museum. It's well worth a visit. The hallway is a mini museum in itself, depicting important moments in Las Vegas history via a series of framed photographs. Among them are Fremont Street in the mid-20th century, the legends in entertainment and sports who spent time here, and a few classics of the El Cortez itself. There's also a small window case with El Cortez mementos from the early days. This walk is really well done with terrific memories. All right, this is kind of fun. When you step out of the other end of it, you are smack in the midst of the older, classic section of El Cortez. Lower ceilings, red walls, rows of slots, appealing to the nostalgic player who likes it old school. You know what they say, my friends, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. El Cortez earned a whole bunch of Best of Las Vegas awards in 2024, so they are definitely doing it right. Over here at the far end of the casino is the hotel gift shop, featuring appropriately themed logo merchandise. and apparel promoting downtown as well. Now, we saw several promos on property that the gift shop now carries merchandise for a YouTuber called Vegas Matt. He's a slot player with more than 1 million subscribers and obviously spends time here at El Cortez to earn this great tie-in. Okay, there's one more upgrade to note, and that's at the corner just inside from Ogden Avenue. It's a new outlet for the world's largest coffee house chain, Starbucks. Now here's a fun fact. This juggernaut has more than 40,000 coffee shops in 87 countries. Now, what if you're actually staying at the El Cortez? You will enter here, where the floor mosaic proudly displays its history. And the winding staircase and recessed ceiling hint of a bygone era. Step inside and to your left for hotel registration. Stick around, we'll show you the rooms in just a minute. If your room isn't quite ready, there's a handy bar for a libation. And a lot of slot machines nearby, quite happy to take your money. In the opposite direction, you'll still find all the classic table games the city was built on. And in this area, the Race and Sports Book, affiliated with station casinos for your sports wagering. For history buffs, this little alcove that houses the Player Loyalty Club is worth a stop. In here are a couple of cases set up by the Museum of Gaming History, where fun historical artifacts from the casino's long and storied past are on display. The Parlour is one of those dark and elegant casino lounges just oozing classic bar ambiance. They offer a great liquor selection, terrific happy hour specials, and live music. Since it opened in 2015, your dining go-to at El Cortez has been Siegel's 1941. This place is named, of course, for Benjamin Siegel, who briefly owned the casino in 1945 and truly celebrates its gangster roots. The dining room walls are decorated with yet more vintage black and white photos. And the menu truly harkens back to the early days with its classic dishes, including prime rib for under $20. So how's the quality? Take a look.
Well, we are at Siegel's here at El Cortez. I got the small, filet mignon with the baked potato. Looks absolutely delicious. Paula got the queen size, what do you call this? Prime rib. And you got some kind of potatoes there, au gratin. Delmonico. And we ordered a small bunch of spinach.
Let's talk hotel. Up these ruby carpeted stairs is what's known as the original 47, the rooms that were here when El Cortez opened in 1941. It's easiest to picture where they sit directly above the casino by viewing from outside on Fremont, or even better, from the hotel tower window. The entire wing was completely renovated in 2022 to celebrate and retain its mid-century design while still providing 21st century comfort. The room decor looks fantastic. If you've ever stayed here since the remodel, let us know in the comments. Paula was a big fan of these glamorous framed photos. Oh my goodness, I'll tell you what I wouldn't give to go back to that time for just a day. On the second floor, you'll also find the Speakeasy Barbershop, an El Cortez institution. It's open 7 days a week and offers the true gentleman's barbershop experience. Plus, it's even got a real barber pole. The hotel tower you see here was built in 1980. To celebrate the property's 80th anniversary, extensive renovations were completed in 2020, from pipes and wiring to decor and furniture.
Well, hi. We're at the El Cortez. First time ever.
The tower premium rooms are described as contemporary luxury, the perfect environment to relax and de-stress from the madness of Fremont Street. We stayed here for a weekend a couple years ago and absolutely loved it. This room had everything we could need for a comfortable stay. The bathroom is completely updated and modern. And our view over the rooftop of the casino towards the Strip was spectacular. All right, back to the present day, back to the casino, back in the new wing, and one last to-do before we head out. It's straight up 11 a.m., not too early for a cocktail, right? ShowBar has a small cocktail menu, and from it, our camera gal chose something called the Lady Luck. From her expression, it looks like it was the perfect refresher after all that walking.
All right, you guys, I have to tell you something about that drink, that Lady Luck. It sounded really nice in the little placard where I was looking at the ingredients, and I think it was meant to be pink because it was supposed to have maraschino cherry juice in it. My bartender, she was so sweet, she said, well, I might have the mix for that. I don't know if I've ever made it, and it didn't end up pink. It didn't have cherry juice, and she didn't have a cucumber to garnish it with. So obviously, they're still working out the kinks over
So it really wasn't a Lady Luck.
No,
Okay.
no. It was tasty, refreshing. I was thirsty.
All right. And speaking of bars, you want to know why they put in a couple new bars down there? Young folks are heading down to Fremont Street like never before, and they are bar hopping down there, having a great time. And El Cortez says, you know what? We got to capitalize on that. That's why they put the new placards out and all the promos to try to draw in some of these young people in there to utilize these bars. And I think it's a fantastic idea.
I do as well. They liken it to Bourbon Street in New Orleans, and I think that's a really good analogy because it's all walking. You don't need a car. You don't need to worry about drinking too much and getting in your car because your hotel is right there on Fremont as well. They were saying that the demographics are swinging way more towards more visitors that are loving vintage Vegas.
Yeah. I think it was 50-50 now, right?
Yeah, it used to be more like way more locals at El Cortez, and it has swung the other way.
So if you're ever down on Fremont Street, just take a couple walks to over there by Fremont East and check out the El Cortez. It's amazing. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And I'll tell you, they have changed it in there, yet they've kept the old.
I love how they have merged the two. You're exactly right. They have done a great job.
All right. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button. Anything else you, Paula, want to tell those nice people inside the camera, tell them right now.
Spring has sprung. Next time you see us, we will be at the Bellagio Conservatory, and it's a beautiful The Birds and the Bees.
Hope you had a good time. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.